Hey everyone.
Live. I'll do the usual checks just to double check we are live.
And I will mention to everyone that remember we talk about NFTs and crypto and all things like that, but nothing in this show is meant as financial advice. It is just light-hearted entertainment and banter only.
Yeah, we are live. Oh, that's weird. It brings up the. That's strange. It's bringing up the map for some reason. I don't know why. The map of Whisperville.
Oh, the Whisperville world map.
Yeah. When you go on YouTube, it's bringing up the map. Let me have a look. Where are we? Sometimes, I don't know if you get this on Twitter. Do you ever get it where like you've got notifications, you see the little blue dot, but then it loads and then you don't have them? And then you have to go back to the notifications and then refresh again?
Yeah, it's like ghost notifications. It's like Elon's kind of luring you into his app and then there's nothing.
Elon's luring you into his app. Okay, cool. We should be live.
Awesome.
It looks good. Telegram, I don't know what's going on with Telegram. It doesn't keep streaming us. Let me double check on I think I did check on phone actually. It's supposed to be going to I've got some of the usual spam on Telegram. Lovely. It's supposed to be going to our subscriber channel.
Okay.
But for some reason it just isn't. I don't know. We might have to do a couple of test streams to see what's going on with that.
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
I haven't got availability to see chat. I don't know if that needs turning on.
Really?
For some reason it's not coming through.
I just clicked it.
Sorry, you guys, for ignoring your floods of comments.
We get too many. That's why it's too many. I'm not sure. It should be coming through. Don't know.
I can see the overlay on the live stream, but I can't see. I used to be able to see chat along the side. Oh, okay.
Is it open now?
I've got it now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll turn it off. We might want to turn that on at some point. But
yeah. Let us know, chat, if you want to see the comments on the stream at the same time.
Yeah.
No profanity, of course.
I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming Restream must like block profanity, because otherwise like you've got to go through and block it yourself when you create videos. That's a bit much.
Yeah, we'll see.
So yeah, this is Ssorn from Whisperville. We've got an NFT project that's up and running. We've got some dual mechanics. We've got leaderboards. Currently working on the personal leaderboards as well. And then we've got a Wisp token that's in the works. And we've got some good conversations going on with different blockchains at the moment to support us in our token and our games. And yeah, this is sort of where we come and share our ideas, but also look into like some just fun and general entertainment. So we do stuff like, stupid questions and whatever, like, the usual shite you see on the internet.
Shite. This is a quality show, Link. Come on.
Yeah. We usually have some pretty good stuff on here. I'll be honest, I enjoy it. So yeah. Okay. Have you got anything to begin with?
I haven't got anything to start. I just we haven't had any. I'm just thinking about the Whispervale fan club out there. We haven't had any NFT battles recently. I don't know if it might be worth doing some hero battling or some of the other collections. But
yeah, if
will let us know, I'm sure.
Yeah, if anyone's out there and they want to do some battling, head over to the website. If you don't have one of our hero NFTs, grab one first. If you do, head over and you can add me as a friend using our little friend system. Once you've added me, then you can just go to my profile and click duel, and it's super simple. I'll get a notification come up. Just ping me in the chat if you have done it, because I'm not keeping an eye on it whilst we're streaming. But if we get a few come in, then I'll sit there on the profile screen and just keep an eye on it. The first thing I've seen is, have you seen the OpenSea stuff with the kind of KYC for airdrop and those sort of rumors going around?
I have seen some of that on crypto Twitter, and I've seen a lot of annoyed degens that they've been waiting a long time for this, and there seems to be a lot of barriers in the way, a lot of Web3 decentralized barriers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've definitely seen some people not particularly happy about it, but I've also seen OpenSea and dfinzer.eth, which, for those of you who don't know, is the co-founder and CEO of OpenSea, basically saying that stuff that's being said is false, right? So at the moment, there's rumors going around, but OpenSea have said it's false, and the CEO of OpenSea has said it's false. So, you know,
Interesting.
could and now the tricky thing is, right? People are saying that where they've got the information from is from reliable sources, like a terms of use that got put up on a website and then got taken down, and so people are saying, well, it is actually true, and now there's but then, like, is it
might be,
actually true? It's just a bit,
yeah. There might have been a transition there from truth.
Yeah, there could be
A new
like
truth.
right, like it's like, oh, this is completely false as of me writing this message because we've just changed it.
Yeah.
Like, we won't know until it actually launches and is actually there. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not too worried because I didn't have the wallet that kind of did any of the big projects that I worked on or anything. So, realistically, nah, whatever.
I mean, chat will tell us, but wasn't it limited to those that had like the Genesis collection that could get an airdrop? It wasn't kind of extended to anyone who's traded on OpenSea in the past, because that would be huge in terms of allocation. I think it was locked to Genesis, but chat will tell us. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
Yeah, I can't. The problem is like sifting through all of the stuff. It's like, is that true, right, or is that a rumor? Because I mean, it kind of sucks. That it's like you have to own a specific NFT, and someone like myself probably generated like so much money for OpenSea, like a huge amount of money over the course of what we did at Cool Cats. So realistically, like, is that just like, I was a creator, but I was 4 founders. This is
Yeah.
me just speaking selfishly, right? I was a creator. I was one of 4 founders, but because I don't hold the key to one of the wallets that actually did most of the volume, does that mean like I'm not going to get rewarded? Probably not. So it is what it is, right? I
Yeah. I mean,
or is even the creators going to get rewarded, or actually is it going to be the individual traders? Like, is it going to be only people that hold this very specific NFT to again drive revenue for an NFT? Like, it's a bit.
yeah, and it's not an insignificant amount whilst you're founding of Cool Cats all the way through. I mean, I think on OpenSea trading volume is 400 million plus, so it's not an insignificant amount of that's gone in there.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be a wait and see thing, and unfortunately, like most of these things, it will be a wait and see, and it will be a put up with the result, because realistically, that tends to be what happens. As much as we group up as a community and we want people to do a certain thing, sometimes legally they're not allowed, so
yeah,
they're just stuck, which is like, that sucks, right? Like, certain countries just might not even be able to do it. So
If
sometimes.
anyone from OpenSea wants to come on, by the way, and speak your truth on the Lincoln Sworn show, please, yeah,
Yeah,
come
get in
and join
contact
in.
with us. We'll gladly have a conversation around it. Um, yeah, so that's one thing where, like, sometimes they're just stuck. Like, legally, they literally cannot do it for certain people, like certain locations and stuff. The other thing is they will end up making the decision, and inevitably, some people will not be happy with it. right? Because whatever decision's made one way or the other, people will be like, oh, I got less allocation because of that decision.
Yeah,
Because everyone's
100%.
going to think like for their own gain, right?
Yeah.
So wait and see with that one. So that's one of the things I heard about OpenSea, obviously going across Twitter and stuff. The other thing I saw, I don't know if you've seen this. There's an Elon Musk parody account which claims a discount on circumcisions.
Wow. Wonder how many people take up the offer.
It's
Can't
now
imagine many.
it's now 50% off. I'll be honest, 50%, that seems like quite a lot to me. I'm not sure I'd have much left.
Oh dear. I've seen the
Um,
Elon Musk parody account. That is funny.
have you seen the name of it? He's called Harry Bowles,
No, I haven't actually.
which is
No, I haven't
obviously
seen that.
Harry Balls.
Awful.
So yeah, that's going round. I've seen that on Twitter at the moment. But yeah. Anything else? What have I seen? Oh, the Ton blockchain expands via Layer 0 integration. So the Ton blockchain is integrated with Layer 0, a protocol that enhances cross-chain interoperability, connecting Ton with over 100 blockchains, including Ethereum, Tron, and Solana. This
Interesting.
this integration facilitates seamless asset transfers like USDT across these networks, aiming to improve liquidity and access to various cryptocurrencies. Key developments include the introduction of the legacy mesh by USDT 0, which unifies 138 billion in USDT across different ecosystems, and the upcoming availability of the Athena USDE stablecoin on Ton. So yeah, that seems pretty big.
We haven't talked much about Ton lately, have we? Because we started our Tap to Earn, our Telegram game, with Ton integration some 6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah.
And we made the decision recently to move away and go on to take our experiences, our games, NFTs over to our website and retire the Tap to Earn game, because there was a kind of a restrictive decision to go exclusively Ton with Telegram, which kind of excluded all of the other good chains out there.
Yeah. And this might be like one way to help negate that with the Layer 0 integration, but obviously inevitably it means there's access to assets, like but it still means you're on Ton, right? So
yeah,
we found stuff like the SDK and stuff like that relatively nice to use, but we wanted to keep our options open because we get support and messages through from other blockchains. We had very little conversation, well, zero basically, with Ton or the Ton Foundation when we were trying to talk to them.
yeah,
and it's a little bit frustrating when you sort of feel like there's a swarm of spam and scam projects and you're kind of dumped into the same one. But realistically, you're like genuinely trying to make something happen, right?
yeah.
You're working hard, you're trying to provide entertainment. So we got a little bit disillusioned, I guess, with Ton. Is probably a good way to put it.
Yeah. I think it has a lot of promise, and I think, you know, when it was really kicking off about 5-6 months ago with the huge projects like Hamster Combat and Catizen, and they were all dropping their tokens, and there was a lot of hype. It brought a lot of people in, but I think the difficulty is, if you really want to expand an ecosystem, you've got to focus on the communities and you've got to focus on the builders, and you've got to support as an organization those people that are going to help grow your chain. And I think that that's an area that Ton would benefit from developing in, if they push that kind of support and engagement with people, people and projects and teams and communities who want to build on Telegram. You know, they could bring some of that hype back that I think faded after those big projects did.
Yeah, and it could be the same YouTube problem, right? Like YouTube at one point was focusing so much on the big players to push stuff that new creators were struggling. I mean, it's the way it's set up. Like higher, more viral content gets boosted by an algorithm because it's like we just want more people watching. The problem is there's finite amount of people that will watch the one video, right?
Yeah,
That goes viral. This is an extreme example, but there's like a finite amount of people who will watch the one video, whereas that same person who watched that one video could easily watch like 20 videos, probably like way more in a week. So actually you need a broad variety of creators, small, medium and large, to
yeah,
create a whole ecosystem, because
it,
effectively they all kind of I mean, they all prop each other up, right?
yeah,
Otherwise you just create a TV show. You're
yeah,
not creating a community.
yeah.
So
I think that's really interesting where you've compared it to YouTube, because YouTube very recently has been actively promoting kind of smaller channels and newer creators, and you see those without many subscribers and many views popping up on your feed like you never did before, which is amazing. Supporting kind of the community out there, and yeah, that the parallels with Ton are clear, I think. Instead of kind of the focusing on those one or two big projects, supporting everyone and the smaller projects that want to build and develop there.
yeah, and the other cool thing as well, right, for somewhere like YouTube or Ton, is if you support a small creator and they become large, they have this huge amount of loyalty to your platform,
Yeah,
because they almost step back and they feel like I almost owe them my success in a way.
yeah,
So I mean, people can be bought from platforms. We've seen it when Mixer came out, the streaming platform.
I
We
wasn't
saw,
around much to know much about Mixer and what happened with it, so
yeah, so that was
what the story was.
so that was the Microsoft kind of competition to Twitch, right? Is like live
Okay,
streaming. Well, it would have been a competition to YouTube as well, but really the comparison with competing with Twitch is a better comparison because it was a live streaming site. Um, it may have developed into like, long form and clipped content, but that wasn't what it was done for. It was done for live streaming.
yeah,
Um, and there's the well known thing of like Ninja basically being bought and gone across to Mixer, but then
okay,
it didn't do well, right? Like it kept going, it didn't do well, and they weren't getting the numbers. Um, so I think he got like there is I don't know the exact details, right? But there is the joke that he made the best decision ever, because basically he went across to Mixer for like, I don't know how long Mixer lasted, maybe a year. He went across for like a year, got paid a ton of money. They closed down, so the contract no longer exists, and then he can choose where he wants to go, right? So he's got
yeah,
like free money, and he's now free as well to stream on whatever he wants to stream on.
yeah,
Um, so
interesting.
that was the Mixer thing, but that was the same sort of thing that probably they tried to bring in really, really big. I mean, imagine the difference, right? I'm making this up. They give like 2 or 3 million to one big streamer, or they give like $100 guaranteed, right? To, what would that be? 200,000 streamers,
Yeah,
maybe. Like,
I'd need
so
to get my calculator out.
I yeah, I'm not sure. Imagine they gave a guaranteed $100 if the first month you streamed at least like 20 hours, right? And they were
Yeah,
like, we are going to guarantee $100 for you. So it's nothing to do with if the community kind of helps you, subscribes to you, supports you. This is just something we're going to guarantee. All of a sudden, they've got a user base of 200,000. Those people naturally are going to move across to actually view other content, see how other people are doing.
yeah,
Like, it feels like, oh, they've just bought a massive ecosystem versus, oh, we've just got one person. but they didn't just get one person, they got multiple people. But you extrapolate that out to like, oh, we've just bought an audience of 1 million people for like the same amount of money. So it's tricky. I think sometimes, like, obviously you want that huge viewership, but you can never underestimate kind of smaller communities that will be incredibly loyal if they achieve success on your platform.
It feels like that's interesting. It feels like social media needs a little bit of a shake-up now, because we've had the same platforms kind of dominating for some time. It feels like, I mean, there was obviously a big push before the US election for people leaving Twitter and going over to Blue Sky. I think that's the latest to kind of get any traction. And then before that, we had Threads, I think.
Threads is an Instagram product.
But I don't think there's anything being big and disruptive to kind of move large scale content creation over there.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because we're coming out with our Web3 social platform called Whisper. It's quite a nice name, Whisper. The thing is, though, I do think there's going to, and it's already happening, right? But there's going to be massive disruption with like AI in these social platforms. And that's why I think live streaming is going to be so important.
I mean, we've seen it, haven't we, in terms of trying to grow different projects' accounts from zero. Using text-based content only is just an absolute slog and a grind, because the barrier for text is with free, not even ChatGPT, but the free models for these. For AI that's out there, it's just so good at producing text content, and it's easy that people, it's just flooded, it's just saturated. And so if you want to get any traction and attention, you have to go increasingly where AI is not good. And at the moment, it's video, human featured video. I mean, eventually it'll get there as well. But
I saw the Google thing. Do you see the Google? I sent you, I think, the Google influencer thing. Pretty crazy.
Oh yes,
but I mean,
influencers.
Yeah, like that's obviously going to become a big thing. But I still think live is going to be hard, right? Because even text, like I've had it multiple times where like I'll be writing to ChatGPT and then it's like, oh, connection lost. Probably just too much, trying to calculate too much information. Refresh, do it again, and then it works. So like even with text, you imagine I'm not real, and this is all just AI moving me about and speaking. Yeah, we'll probably get there one day, but then what are we all gonna do? Just be sat in a garden, like licking some grass, because AI is doing everything else for us.
Well, yeah, that's a huge question. I think it's a question that is going to face humanity fairly soon, is what we, as AI enables us to be hugely more productive, what will we do with our time?
Yeah. Maybe nothing. Maybe AI will just put us in a box and be like, we'll let you know when we need you.
Yeah.
like the Matrix. We'll just plug in. Or just plug us in.
Become little pets for the AIs.
What's horrible is this, like when you think pets, right? Because of the way we think, they're like, oh, carry on living your lives and pretending you're earning money. Like, do you know what I mean? They're like, they see our current, like the way we live, as like pet-like, because they're like, that's such a pathetic existence. But like when we think of pets, we think, oh great, we're going to be on our hands and knees with a collar. Like, here's your food. Like regressing back, but actually they'll just see our current state as the pet-like state, because they'll be like, oh, it's funny, look at him on his little computer talking to his mate. It's like they just see it as so insignificant. It's like gross.
Yeah. Well, the speed at which they will be able to process information, it will be like most humans will be like the treants from Lord of the Rings. It'll be
do you know what?
Sentences of taking ages for them, and they're like, Done.
Do you know what I thought of though? Is like it's like a conveyor belt, right? The conveyor belt's coming along, and every single human stands on the conveyor belt, and basically the AI does an analysis, and it's like useful or not useful. So basically, it comes in, and it's like, are they useful? Yeah, beep, and then it's like, are they useful? No, squish, and then it's like it's just so barbaric that it's just like, are they useful? No, no, squish. It's just like a big sweep, just sweeps the human off the conveyor belt, and that's it. They're done. But what?
Potential script for a Hollywood blockbuster there. Call it the Squash or something.
Yeah, it could be a nice horror film, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Worthy, call it worthy question, useful question mark or something. I don't know. Someone cleverer than me will come up with something.
Chat, let us know. Let us know what you'd like this horrific AI future to
Yeah,
move
so
forward.
yeah, so top tip for the future: always thank Chat GPT or DeepSeek. Always be polite, otherwise you might get squished. I love that visual though. I love the visual of just like, yeah, squish, broom. It's just it's so quick and like final that it's just that's it. It's like, ah, squish.
I think it's also a bit industrial and a bit cold for me. I mean, I'd prefer something like a massive Terminator style robot wielding that axe that you've got behind you in your picture to off me. I don't think just being squashed by a heavy object on a conveyor belt just doesn't really. It's not a fitting end, really.
What about like Five Nights at Freddy's? There's this big animatronic bear comes towards you and just hugs you but squishes you. So it's like they're trying to make it more gentle and lifelike and like caring, but really it still feels quite gross. It's like this big bear. Ah,
Yeah, that could be interesting.
useless hug.
I saw something a few years ago. We're going really morbid and off topic, so
I
chat,
know.
get us back on track if you want, or let us continue. So well, I saw a few years ago that this I think architect or trainee architect had developed something called the euthanasia roller coaster, which is supposed to be like a more interesting way to go out and leave this world. And it basically it was designed so that by the time you had ended the roller coaster, there were so many spins, and you'd actually have passed away right at the end. So yeah.
Lovely.
Interesting.
People are gonna at some point they're gonna be like, these two guys are weird.
Yeah, probably. But we're not getting the comments to dissuade us otherwise. So
no.
I'm gonna Google euthanasia roller coaster just to prove to chat that this is actually real.
Yes, and in fairness, it's not your idea. It's not like you just came up with it.
Exactly.
You're just reciting knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a interesting question. If you like.
Yeah, sure. I'll just so if anyone is interested, it's on Wikipedia. The name given to a hypothetical steel roller coaster, euthanasia device designed with the sole purpose of offing its passengers. The concept was conceived in 2010 and made into a scale model by a Lithuanian artist and PhD candidate at the Royal College of Art in London. There you go.
Lovely. Can you imagine? Christ. What's the thing I had? Oh, here we go. This is quite an interesting question. I'll ask it one way and then I'll ask it another way. So the first one is, if you could make money from any hobby, what would it be?
If I could make money from any hobby, well, it definitely wouldn't be gardening because I hate gardening.
I mean, I'm going to make the assumption it has to be a hobby you do, because otherwise you're like, can you imagine? It's like you've been assigned knitting.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'd rather have the squash machine, to be honest. So, I mean, it would have to be gaming, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Long-term passion. But I wonder if the fact of being paid for your hobby would somehow turn it into work, and therefore if it's work you're being kind of forced to do it and then it's not fun anymore. That would be my worry.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, would it be the sort of thing where actually like you'd want to make it something else? Yeah, because otherwise it's like yeah.
So you wouldn't want to pick your top tier hobby. You want to pick something a few stages down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. So this might be fun, it might not. Let me have a quick look. Okay. So tell me if you can see this. 1 second.
Okay, yeah, I can see it. A spinning wheel.
Okay. So this is for you. You're going to get assigned a hobby, and this is this is what you're going to end up with. Are you ready?
Who's picked these?
I got ChatGPT to generate them, and I think it's generated them based off of my interests because it actually looks all right.
Parkour and free running.
Well, maybe not quite.
Doing parkour and free running.
Maybe add a couple of extra ones in there. Right, here we go. This is yours.
Okay. 3D printing and modeling.
You know what's interesting? What's interesting is that feels like you could make money from that anyway.
Yeah.
Like 3D modeling, especially, but 3D printing, like people have 3D printing factories, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, they have like literally like manufacturing. They have like rows and rows of 3D printers where they just print stuff and like deliver it. Right. Okay, here's mine. It's going to come up with parkour now, isn't it? Survival camping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how are you going to make money from survival camping? You're going to have to be the Bear Grylls, kind of taking people into the wilds of the UK.
So the thing is, I think you do it right and you just make money. So it's not like you have to then come up with a business. Like it's like if you did gaming, you just game. You don't have to stream. You don't have to like. It's like you get paid. For example, you get paid like something pretty good, like $50 an hour.
Oh wow!
Like you get paid $50 an hour, and it's however much you can do that, you get paid for it. But you can just go and play Baldur's Gate on your own or whatever.
Oh,
but actually, you got to go off and 3D model, and I've got to go sit in a tent. I prefer yours. I prefer yours because at least you could sit at your computer and 3D model, and or even just watch your 3D printer, like play a game whilst you're watching your 3D printer and make you money.
Yeah.
Whereas mine's like I've got to be out in a tent.
Well, exactly. And I've done no survival stuff, so I mean, where would the food be coming from?
That's the worst thing. It's like survival camping. So like, I actually got to be hungry? I've got to try and survive.
You've got to be hungry, thirsty, cold, and you've got to hunt for your food. That's what you've got to do.
I've got to drink my own piss.
Yeah.
I started watching a program on Netflix called Bear Grylls Hunts Celebrities, I think it was called.
Okay.
Yeah, it had like really good promise because I do actually like survival programs. I like stuff like that. But it was like too overproduced, if that makes sense. Like they went into this big game area called the Bear Pit, and then he was trying to hunt them down. And
okay,
it felt like assault coursey. Like it wasn't, but it felt like that because then, like they had these things set up. One of them was like a tube or a pipe, and they had to get these cutters to do it. And it sort of felt a bit like game show-esque versus like really survival.
So everything was a bit too safe and sanitized, and you wanted something more raw and gritty. And
yeah, like I would have loved it if it was like they genuinely had to go and like try and get like food and stuff like that. I wanted a survival program, but
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't advertise it like a survival. Well, they sort of did. They kept saying about like, oh, the skills you'll need to survive and stuff like this. Well, the skills you need to survive is being able to talk to a camera.
Navigating around an iPhone or an Android
Well,
successfully.
so the other thing is they had a backpack with a straw in because they were celebrities. They were really taking care of them. So the skills you needed was being able to talk to a camera and narrate whatever you're currently doing, and grabbing the straw that was pre-packed with like water for you to just drink. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I didn't really like it. I didn't really get on with it. But yeah. So the other version of that question is, if you could do any one thing and earn money, what would it be? So it's not hobby. It's not necessarily a hobby. It's like, yeah, it could be anything like cooking food, or even though cooking food could be a hobby. I have
Yeah.
an answer, but I don't know if it applies.
Go on then. What's your answer?
Breathing.
Breathing.
It's really like, it is what it is. But like, would that count? Because it's like a thing you do.
Yeah, I think it counts.
I feel like if you chose sleeping, right, like that could be kind of cool. But then the other problem with it is it's like, oh, I could do with a bit of extra money this month, and I feel like you'd soon end up getting depression because you're just sleeping all the time.
Yeah. I feel like there's a theme of passivity in some of the answers to these questions. Like, how can
Sitting in a chair,
for the maximum gain?
receiving takeaways. It's like everything is just massive convenience. It's like, yeah. I did have that thought in my head though when we talked about the hobbies. Like, imagine if the way you earned money was to exercise.
Yeah.
But would that be too much? Like, but then
Not,
if you included stretching as well, because it's like, if you really wanted to earn decent money, are you thinking I'm going to do it like 8 hours a day, or are you thinking, because like 8 hours worth of exercise a day is too much, right?
yeah, you would burn out very quickly.
Yeah. But then if you included like stretching, like, I don't know if you can purposefully slow it down. If you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, I've been doing this stretch for about an hour, but what you've really been doing is just sat there in like a stretched position, just watching TV.
I wonder if it has to be like self kind of propelled exercise, or you could set up some kind of machine that maybe moved your arm so ever so slightly. So if you have to at least do something every hour to get you $50, right? So maybe one little wiggle of this automated machine counts.
I feel
theme.
I feel like there has to be a rule where it's like, you can't be doing something else. It has to be like the focus has to be on the thing, because otherwise it's like, if you did anything, right, like the 3D printing one, you're like, yeah, the 3D printing's going, it's doing a 24-hour print. You're just like playing games.
Yeah.
For like, if you're not setting up the printer and loading a file and stuff, you have to be 3D modeling. So it's like, you get paid every minute, I reckon, and every minute that you do the activity is how you're ranking up like the cash, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because the wiggle of the arm. I mean, you could just do that yourself. You wouldn't really even need a machine. It's like, do you count like, yeah, do you count like a little twist in the chair as like, oh, I've just stretched my spine a little bit, so I've done some exercise.
Yes.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
worked for me. Yeah. That's the only questions I've really got.
I quite like the spin wheel. That was quite fun.
Yeah. Do you want to just do another random spin wheel?
Are there different? Can you do the spin wheel with different questions, different answer sets?
You do, so all you do is you basically. I don't know if you can see this. Let me just flick the flip the thing over over here. Here we go. So I don't know if you can see this, but basically all you do is in this section you just put in you just put in line breaks with like different stuff in it.
Okay.
So like if you wanted to try and do a question, like we could have a go at it. If you've got any ideas, I could ask Chat GPT, but
yeah, you could. We could we could come up with something and let fate decide. So a question like, which is going to be the breakout coin of 2025? Bitcoin, XRP, Doge, etc. And then you have to dump a massive bag on it.
Right. Okay. Okay. Here's the wheel. Then can you see the wheel?
Wow. Amazing.
So, this is going to be your token, right? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
My token for 2025. Oh, nice.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, Cardano. Okay.
Cardano.
I was about to get very excited about XRP. Don't know as much about Cardano.
Did you make a project on Cardano, or am I wrong?
No. Solana years ago. Solana, Ethereum, yeah, but not Cardano.
Right, I'm going to remove that one, and then this one's me.
Oh, meme coin madness.
Cool. I mean, that what's funny is that's probably one of the ones you do want to see, right? Like you want to see like some of the really big ones.
Link.
Do you know about XRP?
I know somewhat about XRP. Yep.
I don't, so I was just wondering if you knew of anything. But
yeah, so the whole idea of XRP was they were trying to, and they still are trying to solve payments. So the main issue of expensive and time delayed cross-border payments with the current system that we've got, well, we can't simply transfer money from, say, the UK to the US without ridiculous fees or having to wait 2 or 3 days for the wire transfer to go through. They were basically having their system in the middle. I think Ripple, the company behind XRP, their system in the middle would allow very hyper low fees in order to exchange currencies, and pretty much instantaneous. So that's what they're trying to build out.
Oh, cool. That sounds like genuine use case, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like some feel like not like that, I guess is the right response. So
Yeah,
I asked Chat GPT quickly, like, what are the key features of XRP? And it was fast transactions, settles in 3 to 5 seconds, making it ideal for remittances and real-time payments. Low fees, transaction costs are typically fractions of a cent. Scalability, can handle 1,500 plus transactions per second. TPS, energy efficient, doesn't require mining, making it more eco-friendly. Bank and fintech adoption, used by financial institutions for cross-border payments via RippleNet.
Yeah, so awesome. And there's they've significantly, I don't know if you've got access to like coin market cap charts or anything, but you can see XRP has massively increased in value in the past few months, because it's a lot of institutions are working with XRP to try and solve this payments issue, and so they're investing, and they're growing and growing. Awesome. And of course, the kind of more helpful regulations in crypto as well have helped.
Yeah. Cool. I'm tempted to just, because Wait, you didn't land on XRP, so I don't know why I'm talking about it so much. It's because we started talking about it. I'm gonna ask what are the key features of Cardano? Right. This is gonna this is writing a lot. I need to remember to tell Chat GPT keep it concise, because
But
my attention span as a classic internet user.
you must do that politely, though, in honor of the
Yeah.
squash machine.
Yeah, it did say to me, please start using please and thank you, otherwise you'll be recommended for squishing.
Immediately. Live.
Can you imagine that? Like the sword, the axe comes off the back of my wall and just goes squish and then goes back.
That'd be super dramatic. I'm not sure there's much in here that would get me in a plant.
Just the roof. The whole, that's what would happen to us. Our rooms, basically the roof in our rooms would just come down like that real quick and we just get squashed.
Horrific.
So Cardano, proof of stake with Ouroboros uses a highly secure and energy efficient consensus mechanism, reducing energy consumption compared to proof of work blockchains like Bitcoin.
Okay.
Layered architecture separates the settlement layer, handles transactions from the computation layer, which runs smart contracts, improving scalability and security. Smart contracts with Plutus enables advanced decentralized applications, dApps, with a focus on security and formal verification. High scalability with Hydra aims to process thousands of transactions per second. Strong academic foundation, it's been peer reviewed. Interoperability, supports cross-chain compatibility and integration with other blockchains. Sustainability, uses a treasury system to self-fund development and continuously evolve without relying on external funding. That's quite interesting. Decentralized governance, ADA, holders can participate in the governance process, influencing protocol upgrades and funding proposals. Pretty cool.
Cool.
And then the last one I was going to do, what are the key features of Solana?
Dollar Trump coin.
I do wonder if there's going to be something like that.
Yeah, there has to be. It's where the main crypto narrative is at the moment. Surely even ChatGPT knows that.
It has hinted. So basically, it's got high-speed transactions capable of processing. Whoa, that is actually quite high. Like considering XRP was what 1500
TPS. Yeah.
Yeah. So high-speed transactions capable of processing 65,000 transactions per second.
Wow.
That is pretty crazy, actually, making it one of the fastest blockchains. Maybe it'd be kind of cool to build some kind of assets or something on Solana to see how quick we could get a dueling system up on Solana, like, and literally run like proper on-chain dueling.
I'm just fact checking ChatGPT on that, because okay, I'm looking at another one, TPS. So in theory, Solana can handle up to 65,000 transactions per second, because that would be crazy. If you consider XRP is supposed to be solving payments, you'd think they'd have the ability to have many more transactions. But then again, it's gone. Yeah. However, in real world use of Solana, it averages around 2,000 to 3,000. So still super fast. But wow.
Is that just because of lack of like load potentially?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Low fees. So this is another thing, right? Like, I kind of like the idea of trying to do a fully on-chain dueling system with Solana, but then it requires users to, pay to do the fees. But it says low fees transactions typically cost fractions of a cent, making it cost-effective for users and developers. So this is interesting. It's got proof of history plus proof of stake, uses a unique proof of history mechanism alongside proof of stake to achieve high throughput without sacrificing security. Scalability without sharding. Solana maintains high performance without requiring layer 2 scaling solutions or sharding, which is obviously what was happening with Ethereum, right? They were sharding at some point. Developer friendly, supports Rust and C++ for smart contract development, making it accessible to a wide range of developers. That's interesting. I might have to look into that because I've done some C++ for the like gaming stuff. Probably most of them are done in Rust, right? But strong ecosystem hosts a growing number of DeFi this is what I was talking about with it hinting towards stuff. Strong ecosystem hosts a growing number of DeFi applications, NFTs, gaming projects, and dApps, with major platforms like Magic Eden, NFTs, and Serum DeFi. So I think it was sort of hinting towards the fact that it's got a lot of applications and a strong ecosystem.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to see what percentage of that ecosystem is just like shit coins.
99.95.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and this one game. So it's like another thing, parallel processing with sea level allows multiple smart contracts to run in parallel, increasing efficiency and speed. That's kind of cool. Instant finality, transactions are confirmed within estimated 400 milliseconds, reducing network congestion and improving user experience. And then validator decentralization. Although Solana has a high performance network, it has faced criticism for centralization, as validators require high hardware requirements to participate.
Interesting.
So obviously it's like, it's not truly decentralized, because if there's a place in the world that cannot afford those like really expensive hardware, effectively it's like they can't get access to. I mean, they can, but they're relying on people who can. So then it feels like it's pushing towards centralization. So
I'll be really curious to see in 2025 the like relative dominance of some of these huge chains and cryptos. Like, Bitcoin's obviously, I think Bitcoin's still like 59-60% of the whole market. So obviously it's the big boy. It's going to be for a long time. But in terms of Ethereum and in developing and running projects, that was since 2021 and the NFT craze, then that was always the chain to go to. And I just wonder, but now huge amounts of volumes are happening on Solana because of meme coins. I'm just wondering where they're going to go in 2025 and where the dominance is going to be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'd like to see a little bit more love for Ethereum because I like it. It feels accessible for, like, Ethereum was there, right? And it feels like the tools were built when it was kind of horrible to build stuff on. And now, like, so we built back in 2021 in, I think me and Tom were working on Fatacorns in April, maybe earlier, but like we were working on that and it was horrible, right? Just was like, it was enjoyable and fun, but like you compare the tools you have now, it was like really hard work, a real grind. It was horrible. Like gas stuff was so unknown, and really expensive, like compared to now even. And we kind of built stuff, but now, like, you've just got stuff like, like Third Web or whatever. You can just
deploying smart contracts with a few clicks of the buttons.
Yeah. And what's cool about it, I do really like that, because then you can actually just build something that's really, really fun, really enjoyable. You can get kind of the core, what feels like admin grunt work, like done just with a tool now. And then you can get on to like the dueling stuff that we've got. So yeah, you can get on to stuff like that. Speaking of Jules, I didn't know if you wanted to finish out the stream.
Yeah, we've got a few minutes left, haven't we? If anyone wants to send us, if anyone out there has a Whisperbell NFT and wants to duel us on stream, please do.
Are you able to log in and try sending me a duel so we can show people how this works?
Let me go to dueling. I'm going to duel a friend. Okay. Do you want to fight my epic, legendary, or common? You choose.
You might. I'm just wondering. You might have gone to the old way of dueling. Let me just send you what might be the new one. Did you go straight through to the arena?
Yeah.
Okay. I sent you a link. If you go to my profile.
Oh, you want me to use the yeah.
Yeah, because I want to try, if we can, try and get the little notification thing to work. So
I'm adding you as a friend.
Oh, if you send me yours as well, I'll add you, just so we're both. Yeah, I don't think that one's you actually.
Hang on.
Almost looks like the our cameras and like our little names and like the Lynqoid thing are embedded in the website. You can embed the stream, by the way, and I'd love to do something at some point where you could interact directly whilst we're streaming. So like we have the embedded stream, and then people could click like little things and it appears on the website, so it kind of come up on the stream. That'd be really cool.
I've pinged you my
Yes. Right, okay, so I should be able to add you. Add friend. It's just spinning. There we go.
Hey.
So that's quite cool. I quite like that. So if you try and send me a duel request, this is just been launched, so like we're kind of live testing it. But if you try and send me a duel request,
Yeah,
I should get a notification, hopefully.
Right, choose your hero, finding heroes. I'm going to go with this bad boy, and I'm going to challenge you. Okay, let me just sign, confirm. All right, challenge sent.
Okay, I don't know how quick these are either, by the way, but we'll keep an eye on it. Let me just click through some stuff. We've only just launched this, so we might have to test some stuff because it may or may not be working. So you've sent one to me. Did you send it via the profile page?
Yeah, but via the profile page, via the dashboard, where I've got you there, and chose you as a friend, and click duel.
Okay, let me accept these ones because I have a feeling it might be because I've got outstanding duels with you. So I'll just quickly accept these. It'll just be loading.
You've been challenged to a duel by OX18.
Oh, did you just get it ping up?
No, I'm just watching it on your screen.
Oh, okay. I wonder if these might be out of date now. We'll have to have a look. We'll have to double check it. But
oh wow, you get challenged a lot.
Unable to duel yourself. Okay. Oh wait, that's. I think this is my address. So that might be okay. Okay, that's something we might need to fix. I think it's showing me my challenges, if that makes sense.
Ah, okay.
As opposed to who's challenged me. But
okay,
we can have a look. We can have a look at that. Let's. I was trying to do it the fancy new way. Let's do it the old. Let's do it the old way. Where's the arena? Here we go, Jules. Oh, I need to call that arena because that's confusing me. Actually, it's supposed to be Jules. Let's grab this one. I'll copy it and I'll. Oh no, wait. I think you have to copy me. Actually, should I just do a quick duel?
I could do a quick duel.
All right.
Let's finish the stream off with a win. So pick a good one, Link.
Here we go.
20 strength.
Yeah, it's quite nasty, this one. 17, okay.
Strong first move.
30 crit. That's a lot. 22. I mean, this feels like unfair.
Domination unless it dodges. Nah.
Yay!
That's it. Well done, fella.
Let's do another quick one. Let's do this one. It's got a lot of endurance. So
if anyone that doesn't know that might be watching, these are all NFTs. They're all on chain. They've got different stats, and you can also swap out the images to your favorite NFT collection and battle.
Yeah. Okay. You see how much health it's got? 86 health.
Wow.
That's the endurance. So it's quite interesting. Oh, dodge. Dodges are huge in this, though. I do think if you manage to mint one with really high agility, and you could get, although it seems to be the other way around. Yeah, if you could get one with high agility and get a lot of dodge, I think you'd have a really strong one. Dodge and strength feels like the play. If you could get 2 of them. 18 crit.
Ooh.
9 crit.
9.
That's the strength. The strength
very
is so low.
That's super low crit.
Mm.
That's it. It's all over.
There might be some balancing we need to do in terms of we might need to set a lower limit on how much damage people deal, because I think like a 9 crit, right? Pretty rough. It's just managed to crit, but it's like crit for 9.
Yeah, you want a proper number there. Those 9 is just rookie numbers.
Yeah, I think if people crit, if they do manage to crit, we could probably introduce something where it's like there's a base minimum amount of damage they would do, because I even wonder if like they don't crit, like they could probably hit for more than 9, because they probably hit for like, I don't know, like 4 or 5, right? And then they crit to increase it to 9. This is a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, I think that's the stream.
Awesome. Thank you all for watching, guys, and we'll be back again. We'll try and be streaming every day in the evenings, so UK time. So we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you've got a project or something you want to come on and talk to us about, head over to Discord and give us a message. Yeah, we may get you on. I mean, obviously, if it's a project that feels like it's scammy or spammy, then we won't. But if you've got a cool project you're working on, then yeah, come along and we'll chat to you. Cool. Don't forget to head over to whisperval.com, where you can grab an NFT hero, join in our jewels, and yeah, take part with the community. And yeah, we'll see.